Let me make sure that it is live.
It's live.
There we go. Awesome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 4th episode of Bitcoin and Beers podcast. I'm your host, Noah from Noah's Ark of Crypto. We're going to go around and introduce everybody, but today we have a special guest, Py Patel from PieceOfThePy, an up-and-coming YouTube channel going over coin reviews and really active on Twitter and a great asset to the community. Seeing a trend of women in crypto starting to join in, and it's nice to see more people from different backgrounds and stuff jump into crypto. So she's a natural guest to have on, and I'm excited to have her. Py, how are you?
Great. How are you guys?
Good. Johnny Mags? Oh, wait, today I am drinking. I promised you guys I'd come back and drink Busch Light this week, drink a nasty beer. So I got 6 tall boys of these. I'm not going to drink them all today, but yeah, we're going to enjoy this one. This is to honor my father-in-law. He loves Busch Light. So, Johnny Mags.
All right. This week I am drinking Frio Light. This stuff less than $4. It's American brewed
For a 6-pack.
92 calories, 2.8 carbs, 4.0 alcohol.
So you spent less than $4 for a 6-pack?
Less than $4, and I got a backup in case it was terrible, which I haven't rated it yet, but I'll just let you know it's not good.
Okay, so what's the
Got a backup in case. All of this, $9.
Wow.
This tells you how well John's trading went this week.
Mom, I know you're probably watching. You probably shouldn't, but I'm going to put it all into here, and by the end, I'm going to chug it.
Yeah, no, you're not. Okay, awesome. Bart.
I'm drinking today Polish classic Pieskie, established 1629. It's a classic Polish beer. It's not like exceptional, but then again, it's something that you want to go for if you are looking for like good decent beer at a good price. You don't want to be disappointed. It's not gonna blow your mind, but you're gonna be satisfied. So yeah, I went for a classic this week.
Nice. Wow.
Open with my dog's bone.
Johnny Bishop.
What's going on? I got Blue Moon tonight.
With an orange? No orange?
Belgian white. Yes.
No
orange.
Where's the orange?
What the Clementine?
You're supposed to take a sip of it and then bite into an orange. I think that's how it's done. And then, Py, what are we drinking?
Mama Chia.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
All right.
Awesome. Well, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's get started. Okay.
It's got a bad aftertaste, by the way.
Interesting things happening in crypto. There is a ton of bullish sentiment in the markets, from regulation, the Lightning Network for Bitcoin. Just a ton of things happening. We'll go over it. I'm going to share my screen here. Y'all can see Johnny Mags. First off, look at the cryptocurrency market cap. We are at $330 billion. As you know, we maxed out a few months ago, around $850 billion. And we're trying to climb our way out of this hole. Is this a start of a bear market? Is this a correction? So many people are on edge. And as you guys know, Bitcoin leads the way. But one thing that I am noticing, that made me click on that, is that Bitcoin dominance is rising, while altcoin dominance obviously is falling because of that. So with that, it'll be interesting to see what happens. And it's interesting that is happening because Ethereum is lagging behind and underperforming the rest of the market at the moment. But altcoins are seemingly just, it's almost like a game of whack-a-mole. If you guys ever played that at an arcade, it's just coins are popping off everywhere. So usually ETH leads the way. Is this a break from that? Time will tell. We will see. But to take a look at the Bitcoin chart, let me zoom out here. We obviously, we obviously had quite a bit of a drop and a lot of FUD and fear in the markets. We're still underneath the 4-hour 200 moving average. We've been battling for the 20 EMA. Right now, we are under the 20 and the 50. But one thing that I like is you kind of have this inverse head and shoulders pattern. If I can delete these right here.
Noah, just 1 second. Can you unclick John's camera, because John is on the screen all the time instead of your screen?
Oh, yeah, my fault. Goodness gracious. Is that better?
Wait, we'll see in a second. That's fine now.
Okay, perfect. It almost looks like we are in a inverse head and shoulders pattern. It looked like we had one starting on January 16th to on the left shoulder, February 5th for the head, and for the right shoulder being February 25th. We obviously failed that pattern, but it almost looks like we're setting up another one here. And one thing that I like is that, you know, it's starting to look like we have a little bit of a flagpole. And with that, what looks like on the 4-hour cloud, we're getting some market structure. So that would be a pattern. And it's almost looking a little like a bullish pennant. And if that happens, that'd be great. We'll probably, you know, come up to the 200 moving average on the 4-hour, get denied, come back down, test support, and then figure it out from there. But if that happens, that would be a completion of the start of the right shoulder for the inverse head and shoulders, as you guys know, which is a pattern to the bullish pattern to the upside. So even if this breaks the support of this yellow line on bottom here and finds, let me do a Fibonacci extension real quick, needs to stay above 0.5 in my opinion, and comes down to 82.54, we could at that point have some sort of, it's starting to look like a bull flag formation. So I'm liking the sideways consolidation. And another thing that I had pointed out to my group earlier in the week is that we might have a price funnel for Bitcoin for alts to be back. So as you guys know, I've always said, and everybody always says, when Bitcoin goes sideways, alts do very well. There's clarity in the market. There's at least a lack of fear in the market, and people can be within Bitcoin without worrying about it tanking. And this symmetrical triangle, I guess is what we would call it, which is neither a bullish or a bearish formation, but this one would be more bearish because we're coming from a fall. That doesn't matter. This leads us all the way into June or July. Before the market would have to make a decision. It could obviously make a decision before that. But if Bitcoin can go sideways within this pattern and consolidate for quite a few months, altcoins could have, I mean, guys, altcoins could absolutely go crazy, which would be amazing for everybody. So I'm looking for that. If we break this line, the next support, you know, without making a new low, I would guess that we're going down to new lows, would be 7170, 6,600, 6,576, and then a test of the 6,000 area. From then, we're looking 4,300-ish, which is a lot of people have been predicting a bigger drop. But there's a lot of bullish sentiment, and people are slowly starting to, in my opinion, be better with going long on Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, if this could go sideways for quite a few months, I think we could all agree that would make us very happy. Get some crazy pumps on altcoins, and then get a ton of Bitcoin in our wallets for the next bull cycle. So one that I'm looking at right now is, in terms of an altcoin, is obviously we got in EOS at the bottom, we got into Strat at the bottom, ICX at the bottom, and then we've done well with Encash. But one that I'm really liking the pattern for is Wanchain, the one that everybody says is going to dump. And because everything else is dumped before it's taken off on Binance, and it may dump, but at this moment, if we draw a fib from the first real price action, obviously market makers like to paint these gigantic wicks and these gigantic candles to start a chart just to mess with everybody. But if we start with a fib from the bottom of the first candle the first green candle to the top of the next candle, that's our low to our high. That'll be our Fibonacci extension. You guys know how I always say that altcoins love to find support around 2 levels on bigger time frames, the 786 fib, the 886 fib, for reversals to start new market cycles. Well, this one obviously hasn't had a market cycle yet. It just hit the market, and it is over 10x from ICO price. However, people are very bullish on the tech, and I love the risk reward on this trade because there's a clear line here where you'd be stopped out. And that would be below, I'd say below 47,900 sats to protect you from kind of an emotional wick, like a stop punt before taking off. And the risk reward is so great because with it only being at 49,500, and we got in under 49,000 sats, but a drop below this where you would get stopped out, you would lose next to nothing. If you put 5% of your altcoin trading stack into this, or 10% of your investing stack, and you get stopped out for a 2% loss, that's 0.0 or 0.4% to 0.2 to 0.4% loss of your entire stack, which is absolutely nothing. And in the meantime, a short-term target for this, if you wouldn't say that it reversed at the 786, those typically like to go to the 382. We're looking at 53,600, 700 sats, where I would take out my initial investment, keep the profits in this coin, and then let it ride for the next blow off top altcoin cycle. So, which is something that we love to do around here is take our profits at certain key levels, or take our initial investments at certain key levels, and then keep the free coins there for the next market cycle to really pay ourselves later instead of paying ourselves now. So this could dump below it, but the risk reward on this trade is absolutely incredible. So this is one that I am definitely willing to take. Moving into some news, just to let you guys know, April 17th in the United States is coming up. The IRS has reminded taxpayers to report their virtual currency transactions. So if you have paid for a good or a service in Bitcoin, given out a loan, or traded, you got to pay capital gains tax on the profits. So
or loss.
Or loss. Well, if you don't classify as a day trader under an LLC, you get to claim up to $3,000 of losses per year. So I hope you're profitable. I'm classifying as a trader, where you get to deduct your fees, you get to deduct your losses. So hopefully Uncle Sam will be kind to me. But make sure you guys do this. I mean, Johnny Bishop, you want to talk about why people should do this? You're the finance guy here.
Wait, do you pay taxes on the losses?
So
No,
you don't pay tax on the losses. It offsets against income at that point. Talk about specifically, I mean,
well, just let people know why they shouldn't mess with the IRS.
Yeah, so when it comes to getting audited, the burden is in your hands to prove that your return is right, basically. So it's not that the IRS comes and says, hey, can you redo your taxes? It's the IRS says, well, no, you owe us this much, and you need to prove to us that you don't owe us this much. So you're pulling a lot of documents, and you better hope that your return's squeaky clean and you have everything there, because they'll investigate you as you turn in that second report, and that's tax fraud. And I don't want to be a felon. I mean, if you want to be a felon, that's up to you, I guess.
Yeah, it's just not worth it, guys. Keep yourselves in the game. They don't mess around, and they can audit and track. I mean, we're on blockchain and transparent ledgers. They can track wallet addresses, ask you for your wallet addresses, and then look through the entire history of your wallet to just on the blockchain, just to make sure that what you're telling them lines up with what they're saying. So just make sure you guys pay your taxes. No fear here. We're all law-abiding citizens. No big deal.
Yep.
Moving forward, something that I just saw that is super bullish, and I love it. And I was just thinking about this the other day, how this is probably the future of smartphones. With you just think about how much of your data that Google has, if you use Android or just Google at all. So many services, right? Or the big Facebook data leaks. Well, Huawei is a Chinese cell phone or tech giant. They do laptops. They do a ton of things. But they made their name on building Android phones. And they make phenomenal phones. I mean, Mate 10 Pro, the P20 is coming out. They're for Americans, they're new to our market, but they make phenomenal phones. Well, they are in talks to build a blockchain-ready smartphone, which is really neat. I mean, kind of put your information into a trustless environment, which would be very nice because you don't have to worry about, are they selling your data, are they leaking your data, this and that. So I absolutely think, this would obviously run alongside Alphabet Inc., which is Google, their Android system. So Android on the blockchain on a cell phone, definitely think that this is a great use case for it. And Huawei is definitely a leader in the tech industry. And if anybody can do it, I definitely trust them to do it. So it's really neat to see use cases outside of just tokenized systems where, we kind of have our head in the sand, and our reality is tokenized systems on the blockchain. But it's really neat to see how this technology is being adopted, and it helps you kind of step back and see why this technology is being adopted and why we're so bullish on cryptocurrencies as a whole. It's because this technology solves a lot of issues, and even with artificial intelligence scaling and is going to be a big part of our future. The only way that we can be protected as consumers in an AI environment is via blockchain and a trustless system. So just things like that. Another one.
Wait till healthcare.
What's that?
Said wait till healthcare hops on that train too. It's coming.
Oh gosh, healthcare, government, obviously financial institutions.
Yep.
You name it. Everything is. I mean, Tesla with their car driving software.
Right.
You're going to want that on a blockchain. Anything where trust is involved and you need protection as a consumer, blockchain is for you. Okay, so another one, world's biggest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, is headed to Malta, which is a European island. Obviously, there were crackdowns in China. Everybody knows about that. The Chinese FUD that happened last summer, and then they banned everything but over-the-counter cryptocurrency exchanges. And then now that had been talking about banning it altogether, because China likes to control everything within their borders. But there was rumors about Japan, their financial services board warning Binance, and everybody was. There was some fun in the markets about that. But CZ or Zhao Changpeng, the CEO of Binance, said that was bad journalism. But then the next day they got a letter from Japan. They said they're in talks with them. So there was some FUD around Binance and where they're going to do business. Well, they just announced they're moving to Malta. Bart, do you know where Malta is, being in Europe?
I do. I was actually planning on moving there last year, but then I changed my mind.
It's a nice place.
It's a really nice place. From the people I talked to who went to Malta, it's like an amazing place.
Awesome.
Really like it's not a tax heaven, but like it's really like a good place to have run a business, and they're like very progressive as well as when it comes to technology and adoption.
Yeah. Well, they're moving there, and the good thing about that is that all the laws around Europe are going to be the same around for finance. They have the EU, and that's just kind of how that goes. So they're very progressive when it comes to crypto and fintech, and Binance has found a home. Now with this, they're looking for fiat on-ramps to their exchange to have more fiat pairs. It's going to increase the liquidity and the volume tenfold, and that will allow normal mom and pops to throw money into the crypto market. It's really difficult right now. You tell somebody, oh, there's this altcoin icon or Dragon Chain, and it's this is gonna be amazing. They're like, oh, how do I buy it? Well, you gotta go to Coinbase, you gotta get verified, you gotta buy Bitcoin, then you gotta send that Bitcoin over to an exchange called KuCoin. Make sure you have Google two-factor authentication on your account, and all this stuff. Everybody knows how difficult it is. So to have fiat on-ramps and have more fiat pairs, that's really going to help. Moving to Malta is going to help Binance close some deals on banking to be able to do that. Have partnerships with banks which they're saying they're close to closing. So this is bullish. This is good. We had the G20 come out and say that no new laws around cryptocurrencies. Let's use the ones that we have to formulate a plan on how we're going to regulate this. And then you have, the biggest exchange that it feels like everybody uses. Like it feels like everybody loved Bittrex and Poloniex and it seems like everybody uses Binance and BitMEX now, and obviously Bitfinex too. But so this is going to be awesome. This is a good evolution of where we are today and where we're going. It's going to be incredible. So moving forward, I thought this was just great. Ian Bellina, everybody knows Ian Bellina. Everybody has different opinions on him. He said that he was a 6-figure slave and now he's a crypto millionaire. I'm just so sorry for his tough life with being a 6-figure slave. It just must be tough.
Yeah.
So yeah, just thought that was funny. So that's what I got, guys. Let me go back to. Yeah, awesome. There's my ugly mug. So that's what I got. Yeah. So moving forward, anybody have any questions? Anything?
I just think that the Binance news is extremely bullish. Like I think it's really amazing news. I think that the biggest news of the week, I guess, because like the one the Malta thing is big as well, but the fiat pairs is gonna be huge because like remember what happened with Ripple when there was being shielded on CNBC, right? And they had to explain to people how to buy Ripple. They had to explain that you have to first buy Bitcoin, then you have to transfer to Poloniex, and then you have to click 100% of your Bitcoin and buy all the Ripple that it was 275. Right now, all you have to do is go register on Binance, and I mean not now, but in the future once they implement it. And but at the same time, I think it's like a double-edged sword because lots of people it's gonna be easier for regular people to lose money because exactly they're gonna watch the news like this, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna buy Tron, boom, 1,000 euro, and they're gonna like lose lots of money, and this gonna I think like with bad advice. Right now, people are losing lots of money because they're listening to the bad advice, and with ease of entering the market, there's going to be even more people losing more money. So it's
I do think that once a gigantic stash of investor capital and institutional money comes into the market, that's going to stabilize prices eventually. Because there's going to be more liquidity at more price levels.
Yeah, but I mean, like in general, I'm really excited for those news because I think exactly like ease of entering the crypto market is very extremely important. But at the same time, like I said, there's gonna be some drawbacks of those of implementing the fiat pairs. But still, like I think it's great news.
And a lot of crypto right now is speculative. There's not a ton of I don't want to say use cases because everything has a lot of, every coin has its own use case or it says that they do. But there is a lot of speculation rather than actual consumer use of a lot of these cryptocurrencies. But when more money enters the market, there's going to be more funding for scaling. There's going to be more awareness about what these currencies can do versus what our current workflows and systems don't do. It's going to shine more light on it. And it's going to really help the adoption, not only from people owning these currencies and speculating on them, investing in them, but also, people are going to start, as these coins scale, people are going to start using them more and more every day as a utility token rather than just a speculation asset, which is going to be huge, and that's going to stabilize the price. Now, the good news for us, and I'm not even going to say in my opinion, I know this, is that when that happens, we are already in to some extent. So, like people don't realize how early we are into this space. We're in before the actual use cases start taking form and start becoming adopted. So, I'm so excited about the bullishness of this space. You have a lot of really smart minds, and I'm excited for our generation because it seems like the generations before us say a lot of bad things about our generation. Maybe we're lazy or we're aimless or this or that, you name it. But it really feels like this is our chance to kind of leave our footprint on the world and kind of leave a legacy for what we did. And so that's also exciting to me as well. So.
Also, it's like I'm not sure you didn't mention the news about Yahoo Japan, right? Collaborating with us.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
one of the Japanese banks. It's also like I don't think it's as bullish as the Binance news, at least. Maybe because I'm European and it's bullish for me, but it's still a huge news as well. I think like Yahoo is a huge company.
Yahoo.
So Yahoo.
Who? Yahoo.
But yeah, collaborating with a bank and they're want to open their own. No, they buying the exchange, right?
It's Yahoo Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, they're buying existing exchange.
Great.
So yeah.
Please
Yeah,
do.
and then with that, like, not only is Binance having fiat on ramps, but Poloniex is adding them with Circle. Bittrex is applied for basically a banking license to be able to do the exact same thing. So the money hasn't even started. If you guys like, if you can download either iOS or Android an app to your phone for Bittrex or Poloniex or even Binance and link your bank account to it to buy more Icon. Or you name it. You know, we all love Icon. We've been talking about Icon for weeks, for months. But
Chill.
oh, baby, she's still under $4. Oh my gosh, we're so lucky.
Wait, did we show Icon last week?
We show Icon every week.
Okay, so we can show. I mean, a little bit, but we have to focus on a new.
Icon took off like crazy, guys. I mean, I'm gonna share my screen again. Okay.
We're gonna get to you soon. Bye.
Yes. We're gonna get to everybody else, but I'm really excited. So, if I go to my published ideas, and this is for my private group, on March 5th, and I had done this in the free Telegram beforehand, but this is when I actually, this is when I actually published it. We got in at 24,000 sats, so it's like there's no reason to sell, right? And you said it's one of my favorite long-term coins for 2018 and beyond. Looking to enter long trades at the two following zones: the 786 fib line around 24,000 sats, and then if we can, the 886 fib line of the entire chart at the 15,200 zone. I expect this coin to get over $25 minimum in 2018, potentially 50 or more. I'm looking for the moon here, 10x territory. So if I hit play on this, we waited, and I shared this before with the free Telegram, but it dipped right into our zone, dipped a little bit below, and then it took off with the BitThumb news and the Green Exchange news, and they've been waiting to buy this. So I'm not ruining a patient entry at all. Do I see it coming back down here? No. I guess I'll put a break-even stop and take my chances. But I'm so like, we got in potentially at the very bottom. We're just gonna hold, and then Icon, as we said last week, they haven't even come out with their staking announcements yet about how you're going to stake ICX coins in their wallet and what you'll be rewarded with. So, very exciting times around one of the greatest coins in the future. Pi, you like Icon, don't you?
One of my favorites.
So you had a video on Icon as well.
Yes.
Yep.
What are your favorite coins?
Oh goodness, I have so many, but I would have to say Neo. I definitely like Neo. Ethereum, Icon, Dragon Chain, and my recent favorite, GBT.
And I saw you had a video on GBT as well, and shared that with the group. And that's actually a crypto coin I haven't looked into as far. And after watching that video, I have to say I was more interested in learning more about the coin itself, especially when you're talking about the market cap on it and the total coins in supply and everything. It looks like it's set up for potentially something really good in the future. I don't know if that's something you want to talk about a little further as well. That was one of your most recent videos.
Pi, your audio is cutting out. We're having a hard time.
Uh-oh, we had you earlier.
All right, she can hold up a whiteboard. Uh-oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we're here.
Okay, that's all right. So have you guys had a chance to watch the GBT video?
Yes.
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 You have. Okay. So you know the gist with the GBT and how it brings together the managers and investors and brokers. I really see this coin, being that it has such a low market cap, really shooting up. But again, speculative coming from an FA perspective. I'm not a TA person, but I really see a lot of potential for this coin, being that the investors do get your own managers that you want. You can either have one or multiple managers based on their portfolio or their performance, how they've done.
Yeah.
You get a lot of that um, openness that you just don't have right now.
No, and I think I'm sorry, I just got a text message right as you were saying that. I just lost my train of thought. On that last thing you
Great job, Johnny Mags. That's just great execution. Right? You nailed it.
Did you drink like some of those Colt 45s beforehand too?
No, so my phone was just blowing up right at the same time, and I just checked it. Gosh, you just said something, and it just you were talking about FA in general, and this coin, and that's something we talked about actually a little bit at length last week. Was FA with TA at the same time, the combo back and forth, looking at a coin that you kind of go, this has some long-term potential in it, something to invest in. And then also from our perspective, especially for us that love to trade, we take those kind of coins that we think have excellent potential and kind of trade for them. That's where we, follow Noah's guidance and obviously go off of his TA and his charts and stuff like that. And this is definitely one of those coins I'd love to kind of look into in the future and play with as well.
You guys want to chart it?
Yeah, let's chart it out.
Let's chart it out.
GVT. I think I have it on my list. I don't think I've charted it yet.
We've got a good entry point for it right now. I really don't see the prices staying where they're very long.
Man. Oh yeah, I said try to get on this trend line. Let me put it on the 4-hour, if you can.
Share your screen.
I need to share my screen. Okay.
Share your screen. Show us your ways.
Well, there's not a lot of analysis on this one. It's basically, I think the Elliott wave people would call this either 1 wave, 2 waves, 3 waves. I'd be more inclined to call this 1 wave, 2 waves. I don't like Elliott waves that much, so I'm going to stay away from those. All I will say here is that we do have coiled moving averages on the 4-hour. The 200 or the 20 is now crossing above the 50, and it's facing upwards, obviously, which is nice. It shows that we've had recent price velocity to the upside, which this gigantic wick obviously shows. But it's been in a great uptrend. So, I mean, we're looking since December, and this coin, where was the bear market, guys? Like where was every other coin died by like 80%? It felt like this doesn't look like the icon chart, right? It's just been, holding steady and then took off again. Obviously, we've had a correction here, and it's been riding kind of the 200 moving average on the 4-hour, which is great. That's fine. But these 4-hour moving averages are coiled, telling you that there's an explosive move coming either to the upside or the downside. So, I mean, if you ever get a chance to catch it at this trend line, let it bounce.
Noah, can you switch to your screen? Sorry.
Am I not on my screen?
No.
Thanks for telling me, guys. It says I'm screen sharing.
Oh, you are, but you have to switch to your screen.
Whoops. Okay, I had it clicked on Pi. But yeah, these 4-hour moving averages are coiled, and obviously we want the 20 above the 50 and both of those above the 200. That shows that the short-term price velocity is greater than the midterm price velocity, which is greater than the long-term price velocity, signaling an uptrend. But this has been the healthiest of uptrends. I mean, if you've held this coin, you've probably been a happy camper. Because like I said before, where was the bear market, really? It just looks like it's a very healthy coin. If we were to fib this entire thing, which I haven't done yet, yeah, it's in between the 382 and the 236. So if you get a chance, if this wants to consolidate for a little while, and you get a chance to catch this on the trend line with a stop below the trend line on either 1 or 2 4-hour closes, or if you want to do it below the 382 fib around 273,000 sats, that would be a great risk reward trade. My guess is that it would bounce because this would be the third touch of the trend line. It could break below and then fake everybody out and come back up and continue the uptrend because especially on high time frame trends, price likes to fake out on the third touch. A lot of times it happens all the time. I can show you a million charts where it happens. I think this is a healthy uptrend. I think it's going to continue. So, and especially if we get an alt season, I mean, you could buy some here, put a stop below the 382 fib, a mental stop on, say, let's say a daily close below to be safe, because this has been a very strong uptrend. You want to try to capture the move, and just ride it out. And then the next time that it breaks this trend line, would be a time to probably take some profits. But moving forward and looking forward, this is, if we have an alt season, this is a prime candidate to just go psycho. I mean, because it's just been, there's been such buying pressure on this coin. So good pick, Pi.
Yeah, it was a great one. And actually, that's some we posted to our group. I'm going to also post it to the free Telegram as well. And so anyone that's not looked into it yet, you should give it a look-see.
And do your own research, guys, as well. I mean, go look on YouTube. And obviously, subscribe to Pi and take a look at her content. It's great. It's very well thought out.
Like her video on Icon was really, really helpful to me.
Yeah,
Like,
and Dragon Chain.
Yeah, and Dragon Chain as well. The Icon and Dragon Chain. I finally understood I got an idea about like seriously watching her videos today was really, really helpful to getting in a bit more details and understanding the real scope and why those two coins are so good. So
Yeah.
I definitely recommend, if you are new to those two coins, definitely check those out, because they are a really, really good summary, and it's like I think 8 minutes each, 10 minutes maybe. And it's really, really good summary of each of them.
So yeah, it's a lot of good content. When you're doing your own research, do that. Go to the coins, go on YouTube and Google it, but go watch a bunch of videos. Try to get it can be hard to understand what a coin's just based off their website. Obviously, go to their website, but get other people's opinions and try to formulate the prevailing thoughts.
Yeah, because we are not financial advisors.
What they do.
Because we are not financial advisors.
And the video is for entertainment and information purposes only. But do your own research, but still listen to us.
Yeah, go to their website, go to their Reddits, go to their Telegrams, their Discords.
Do your due diligence.
CoinMarketCap, check out their GitHub.
Pretend you understood white papers like I do. I pretend to read them, I pretend to understand them, and I'm listen to other people anyway. But
And then contact Johnny Bishop for direct financial advice on crypto.
Exactly.
There we go.
So he can go to prison in a couple years. Yeah.
I'm giving him 6 months maximum.
It'll be a new segment.
What's that?
So it will be a new segment. Bishop from prison.
Totally not financial advice.
With Bernie Madoff.
Convict financial advice. Convict.
So yeah, Johnny Bishop, what do you got?
Blockchain and healthcare. That's my big exciting one right now of what's going on. And had a talk with a couple IT people who have actually heard about it at my work now the other day too, which is kind of cool. Kind of tying back into what we're saying about everybody it coming around in different ways and being adopted for more than just a token system of transferring currency, if that makes sense. Let's see here. I read a review on this too. There's a pretty good one.
You read one review? Hey, how's that Blue Moon?
It's delicious.
Is it?
Yeah, I like it. It's one of my favorite beers.
Oh, okay. My wife likes it a lot too.
Oh, that's good.
You guys have something in common.
Always those. What is it? Blue Moon like another fruity beer, or is it like?
Yeah, it's an orangey beer.
No, it's not. It's a wheat beer, and then you add an orange to it.
It's orangey.
Oh, right.
Orangey. I like oranges. Okay, so go ahead. Healthcare and blockchain.
Yeah, so basically what it can be used for is data transfer and cloud systems, right? So one of the biggest problems, even on my end, access to patient data and how patient data is organized among an organization, and every organization has their own codification systems and basically hierarchies on how they edit their data and how the characteristics of each row of data are to build all of their queries and do their analysis, right? So you could actually have a blockchain hub where everybody's using the same data, and instead of a bunch of records, it's single like longitudinal patient records versus vertical, like each time they visit, adding another row. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, for sure.
So basically what it creates is like a master patient index that everybody can have access to, but is also encrypted at the same time. And you're the owner of your data, just like you're the owner of your coin, if that makes sense. You would have a wallet that could be read for your healthcare data by people on the chain, but you're still in control of it all and can take it down, put it up like a Bitcoin. It's pretty crazy stuff.
That is. And then, yeah, I mean, even a doctor's office, when you're changing doctors to access your records at any time, like that's.
Oh no, that's the whole point, is because like
Yeah.
if you go on vacation and you go to the hospital somewhere else, it is such a pain in the ass to get information from your home pediatrician or your home physician and surgeon per se, if you just had a surgery recently at a hospital where you live versus like one in California or something like that. If this is all on a cloud system where you just have like a wallet address that is John Bishop's Healthcare, and then I turn around and can just give them that and they can go access it. And Bart.
No, he's doing something.
Oh, okay. Let's see what else. Also in healthcare, this kind of ties to logistics more so, but like supply chain management. There's a lot of complex pieces and supplies of medical equipment at every healthcare organization, and if you could track it better as a whole of all. Pi left too?
Yeah, they're jumping back on in a minute.
Oh, okay.
They're trying to figure out our audio.
Yep.
Got it. But yeah, so basically anything from like needles to like surgical knives and stuff like that. You have RFID systems and scanner systems now, but if you put that into a blockchain where that data can be kind of hoarded and studied to see like where there's more waste, what infects people, because that's a huge thing with hospitals is like one in every, they're paraphrasing right now, but one in every 400 to 500 like hospital related deaths are from infections that they get when they come to the hospital.
Wow.
So like it is statistically, you're less likely to get hurt on an airplane than you are going into a hospital, or potentially die if the plane crashes. The whole 9 yards. But yeah, it's pretty cool though, because as you said earlier, the point I kind of tried to interject right when we started was it's not just about a tokenized system where we're transferring currency. You can transfer data too and things like that, and
obviously you need the token on the system to eliminate the need for or eliminate spam transactions and double spends and stuff like that. So they're all gonna have tokenized, but something like VeChain, bro. That's like that's what VeChain's doing.
I didn't want to plug it, but that was when I was talking.
Oh, VeChain's amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
Just, that's what they're doing. They're putting RFIDs in products, and you can track it along the entire supply chain.
It's surprising at how much stuff gets lost along the way, and neither side claims responsibility because it's in transit in the middle.
And then you talk about something like Icon that can do interoperability between multiple blockchains,
right?
And you can have, a lot of these different systems built on the Icon platform, and they can all talk to each other. All their blockchains can talk to each other because of the interoperability. Like we're talking about next level shit here, man.
Can you say interoperability 3 times?
Interoperability, interbarterability.
I guess the final thing on the healthcare front is all the settlements and payments and claims. So by blockchain and a ledger system getting put into that, adjustments and all the crap, that you have when you go to the hospital and you get 5 different bills, but each bill has to go to your insurance first, and then your insurance adjusts it, then gives it to you. Like that whole thing, it's just going to be a snap now, and then you're going to get a final bill, and everybody's going to have, the insurance company will have what they're getting from the healthcare organization, and then you'll have your bill to whoever, but it won't be this segmented, like very confusing system. I don't know if either of you guys have had a hospital trip or anything recently. The 5 bills you get and all that. I've had a couple, unfortunately.
You've had hospital bills? Did somebody whip the shit out you?
So when Cade broke his leg, that was a good one.
That sucks, man. Is it all right?
Oh yeah, he's fine now. He got the cast off like 2
I
weeks
broke
ago.
my leg. I broke my fib.
Ooh, did you?
Mm-hmm. Pie?
Yes, can you hear me?
Oh my gosh.
Hey.
My gosh.
So clear.
Hallelujah.
There we go. That's nice.
All right, Pie, can you sing a 4-minute song just so we know that your audio isn't cutting out, please?
Next time.
Okay. Perfect.
Karaoke with Pie.
Well, I guess that we are going to interview Pie a little bit. I have some questions I want to ask. So,
Okay.
hardball questions here. Tell us about how you got into crypto and what you like so much about it.
Okay. Well, it's been a little over a year. A friend had started telling me about this coin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, and I had no idea. But they told me how sometime back they had put like $20 in, and out of the blues they now had like all this money. They had forgotten about that 20, and now they had all this money. And I'm like, sounded a little fishy. I didn't really know much about it, but I thought, well, why not? Let me check it out. And
Yeah.
so I started doing my own research, and just after that, here I am. Never.
What was the lowest price that you bought Ethereum at?
150.
150?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was like $1.50. Oh my gosh.
No, 150. Litecoin, on the other hand, I think it was $20
Yeah.
maybe at that time, 15 or 20, something like that.
So you and I got in for the same reasons. My buddy texted me and he said, man, I know you've probably heard of Bitcoin, but there's this new coin called Ethereum. You have to check it out. I was like, okay, well, I'll check it out. And I'd only seen Bitcoin on like news articles before, and Ethereum was $20. And I bought some, and then it spiked to, I don't know, $50, something like that. And then it was up to 90, and I sent an email to all my friends and my family, a 5-page letter that said, you guys need to buy this. This is going to the moon. I would feel terrible if I didn't send this to you guys. And only one person listened. It was my dad. So it's just crazy. Like, and so I talked to all these people. They say when they saw Ethereum was at $1,200, like, oh my God, I didn't listen to you. And I was like, yeah, I know. So I go back and I look at everybody that I sent that email to, and it's just crazy. So, and then that starts you down the altcoin alley.
Yeah.
And then you find out about Poloniex or Bittrex or something, and you see all these other altcoins pumping, and gosh. So you're more of an investor, right? You're not as much of a trader.
You're more of an investor. I'm more like I find a project that I believe in and look up all the FAs on it, and if I really feel gut feeling like, yeah, this is going to have some real life use, then I'm behind the project, the team. I'm going to be in it for the long haul.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's your absolute favorite coin? If you had to hodl one coin, would it be Bitcoin?
Ethereum.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect because later on I wanted to ask Noah why he doesn't like Ethereum, but we can.
I do like Ethereum.
No, you said
like Neo and Icon better.
A few days ago you said you don't like it, but we can you can actually change the views of why you like or don't like Ethereum.
I didn't say I don't like Ethereum. I said I don't like it long term as much as I like Neo and Icon.
I like Neo as well. Neo is amazing.
And only because the price of it. Yeah, you get to stake it for gas, which is incredible. We've been gigantic fans of Neo. It's just because it's the Ethereum of China, but Ethereum is once they get their scaling in order, then that's like the next logical progression for them is the sharding and all the stuff. The Raiden project or whatever they got to put onto their blockchain so that CryptoKitties doesn't block up their blockchain anymore. Are you a CryptoKitties fan?
Not really.
So what is your least favorite coin? Do you have one that you just despise?
You know, I try to give all coins a fair chance. I can't think one that I just absolutely hate, like off the top of my head right now.
You like Bitcoin Cash?
Okay, well, let's not go down that route.
How do you feel about Dogecoin? It's the real Bitcoin Cash.
Right? Oh.
It's so
I have
funny
no
because Bitcoin Cash says they want to be the low cost, really quick transactional currency, but Dogecoin is better at what Bitcoin Cash does than Bitcoin Cash is. And Dogecoin's a joke. It was a joke coin.
It's not a joke anymore.
No. I was reading that on Reddit and I thought, oh my gosh, and it's being pumped and pumped and pumped. And there are so many people just like rallying up Dogecoin. And I'm like, hey, to each their own.
But they're doing it on margin on Poloniex because Poloniex lets you borrow to do 2.5 times margin on Dogecoin. So those are
Oh, I didn't know that.
You think that BitMEX is a land of degenerates? Try margin trading Doge for.
I will. I actually will.
Try getting margin called on Doge and losing your stack.
Guys, you know what I came up with today? I actually thought I'm gonna buy a few Doge coins for my puppy and put it in the cold storage, and like she's gonna take it out when she's like 5 or 10 years old, and she's gonna be able to buy like lots of amazing puppy. I mean not puppy, like dog food or like toys. I'm gonna do it.
So Bart, how is your puppy doing?
Oh, she's doing great, man. She's doing
Can we
great.
see her?
In a second. You continue. I'll get her. I'll get her.
I would like to see Akira. Johnny Mags, how's that premium beer doing?
I dished it after that. I didn't even finish the first one. Honestly, it really did have just a bad aftertaste. I don't know.
So give us a rating on it since you're done with it. Is it a 0?
It's a 0. Yeah. It's like a $3.
But it's a strong 0.
It's a strong 0. It's 3 in dollar terms, but no, it's not good.
How's that Colt 45 you're drinking?
Not much better, but you know what? I also had another backup just in case. I had another Tank 7 from last week, so.
But man, I said I'm gonna go cheap beer. I didn't say I'm gonna go homeless beer, like like raging alcoholic homeless person beer. Oh,
there you go.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh,
there's a real Doge.
Was she sleeping?
She was sleeping, man. You woke her up.
Oh. So are you guys buddies now?
We are buddies. Yeah, she's well behaved now.
Mm.
Oh.
I'm serious, man. I'm gonna buy her like I don't know how much even Dogecoins right now, but I
take out a bank loan for that Doge, bro.
Yeah, like $10 worth of Dogecoin, put it in cold storage, and like
it's your college fund.
Come back to it. Like exactly, that's like kind of like college fund, yeah, college fund for puppy.
So Pi, any coins that you're looking at that you haven't pulled the trigger on that you are starting to like the fundamental analysis on?
I really kind of like Polymath. That one looks pretty interesting. There's the Deep Onion. I've been looking at that a little bit as well. Haven't gotten into it. Haven't taken any position on it, but it looks pretty interesting. Just a couple off my head that I can think of. I really like Litecoin. I wish I had more, but
yeah. No, Litecoin is I have 3 channels in my group dedicated to a specific coin: Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Neo.
And he doesn't have one for Ethereum.
It's okay.
No, but
I don't feel like
really. I was about to ask Noah why he doesn't. Okay, let's say he does not like Ethereum, but why he's not a fan of holding Ethereum as a long term, and why you are? Because I know that like
it's not about that. It's that a lot of Ethereum was purchased for ICOs, and I feel like ICOs are starting to the luster of ICOs because of regulation, just for the right now, are starting to fade a little bit. And so if you look at Ethereum underperforming the rest of the market, I feel like that is a reason why. Now, long term, I mean, the only coin that I would foresee taking number 2 over Ethereum, because Ethereum has so many of these ERC20 tokens that have the first movers advantage, and being the platform that it is, it has the first movers advantage itself. So you have all these great these great tokens on their system that are already established or ahead in the scaling race. So as Ethereum scales, and then those projects are more developed, they're going to have the first crack at taking their market share for their specific use case. And then with that, with Ethereum's inflation going down over time and pretty much being eliminated, I mean, it was what, 3 Ethereum per block it was at, and then it's going to be like 0.1 Ethereum per block or something like that moving forwards. The Ethereum inflation is going to go down big time, which tells you that the supply and demand curve is going to be favored long-term more in the bulls. So I am bullish on Ethereum. I'm bullish on this entire space. And even if you don't like Bitcoin Cash, or you don't like Ripple, or you don't like Tron or Verge, like some people don't, when all of the institutional money comes into this market, it's going to go to the Coinbase current coins first. So you're looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, right? And then all the fiat on-ramp coins and everything like that too. So Ethereum, I don't think Ethereum's seen its all-time high ever yet. I think moving forward, Ethereum is going to go crazy. But looking at the chart, and I was telling this in my group the other day, is that I see Ethereum maybe going down to, that's ETC.
So, but if I understand correctly, what you're saying is it had this hype moment already, right? It's gonna go up, but it's not gonna go up as fast as it used to in last year.
No, I just think that it's underperforming the rest of the market right now.
Right.
And and with the ICOs as the main reason to purchase Ethereum before, and then I think those are kind of fading more now for the moment being. And then Ethereum's underperforming the rest of the market. It's not my focus right now. So looking at it, like it's in this gigantic, I guess we can call it a falling wedge. And it's right at the 786 fib line.
Noah, can you switch to your screen?
Yeah, I thought I did.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, nice job. Okay, where did my? Okay, so it's in this falling wedge, and it's trying to hold the 786 line, but it's below it, and this will be its second close in 2 hours and 39 minutes, and it's trying to get out of this trend line, but if it can't, I could foresee a dump down to the $413 area or the 886 fib, and then a reversal from that zone. At least a sizable bounce, because if you look previously, we do have a. What am I doing? I did not mean to do that. Okay, we do have an accumulation zone from before, like right in this area. So there is a level of sideways movement there. We can get a bounce there and then start our new market cycle. But it is very bearish at the moment. And that's just the USD chart. But we're close. We're close. So, and then if we look at the ETH BTC chart, all right, so this would resolve itself around April, beginning of April-ish. If we look at the ETH BTC chart, it's pretty bearish looking as well. However, it's at the 618 fib line. And if it wanted to, it looks like it's trying to start rounding here. It has to get over this 50 moving average and not be denied there. But if it does, we're looking at the 786 fib line, around 4.5 million sats for the next kind of accumulation zone, maybe a little bit above that. And with that, if Ethereum were to drop from its current price, 25% down to this 7865 fib zone, like the prices line up pretty well. So there's confluence from the BTC chart to the USD chart. Long term, I think we start a new market cycle, but there just might be some more bleeding to happen first. Now with this, it does look kind of like also like a falling wedge. This would probably end up more as a parallel channel, but more like a falling wedge there. We could come down into kind of this zone here. This like key psychological support around 5 million sats. But I want to see Ethereum continue rounding, reestablish its 618 fib line, and then that would at least tell you we're going to the 382. which would be, once we get over the 0.5 fib line, which is the 200 moving average, the 618 reversals go to the 382. We're looking at 8.5 million sats, maybe. That would be the signal of a great alt party, in my opinion. So ETH's got some stuff to work through on the chart, more than a lot of other charts do. Long term, I mean, there's room for many platforms. Icon being the Ethereum of Korea, Neo being the Ethereum of China, Dragon Chain being the business incubator for if a business goes to Dragon Chain, like one of our members in our group, he just talked to the CEO about putting his business onto the blockchain via Dragon Chain, which got me geeked out. You go to them, you say, I want to create my business workflows and put them on the blockchain, and then they do it for you. There's an incredible use case for that, and then they're doing it compliantly and trying to stick to U.S. regulation as well. So, all these platforms are gonna have different reasons to be used in different areas and this and that. So there's more than just one platform that is going to thrive. But Ethereum had the first movers advantage. They have a ton of amazing dApps on there. So I don't.
Time will tell.
Now I want to know why Pi is bullish on Ethereum. Why she believes in in Ethereum and she's like in it right now.
Well, I think, he already mentioned a lot of the points on why, but for my reason, the biggest reason is it was the first one that I really dug into. So it's kind of my first love per se.
Wow.
And so it'll always kind of have a special spot for me. Just because of that. Many people got into Bitcoin first. I actually got into Ethereum first, and that was my first baby, and then kind of Litecoin. And after that, I moved to the altcoins and had to buy some Bitcoin to get into some of the alts that I wanted. So I kind of, not maybe the traditional entry like most people probably had. That's just
Actually,
a lot of the new money comes in because of Ethereum. You just reminded me, Pi, that my first cryptocurrency that I bought was Ethereum, actually, not Bitcoin. Mine too.
Really?
Johnny Mags?
Yep, me too.
Hey.
Wow.
John Bishop bought Bitcoin Caps. Bitcoin Cash.
Bishop was Tron. Bishop was in Tron first.
What did you buy first? You like
what did I buy first?
You like what, Bitcoin?
Ripple.
No, it was actually Ethereum and Litecoin.
Ripple.
Ethereum?
Funny enough, Ripple was my third.
Hey, I was deep in some Ripple for a minute.
We've had this conversation. There was no banking transactional coin that was big at that point. It was so cheap. Don't mess with
that market cap, though.
That market cap and that coin supply.
That's why you dip out when it's at like
so wait,
325, 350.
Did all 5 of us buy Ethereum as their first cryptocurrency? Wow.
All right, we're all going to chug 5 beers right now. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab one.
Shot. No.
Oh yeah, we have to end with shots. You guys already. Well, not the end.
We do. We do have to finish up with it.
Well, but I mean, even the whole Ethereum platform, and while you guys rock, the way you guys discussed it, and what we were talking about earlier, a little bit was interoperability. And so, I mean, honestly, you take all the features of Ethereum and the platform that they have, and one of your coins, Pi, you were talking about was Icon.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many reasons to like that too, especially if you like Ethereum, because of how far it can go and implement any type of blockchain. That's really what they're going for, is that interoperability, that hyperconnectivity, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that actually our whole group really likes. I don't know if that's something you want to talk about too, or if what you like about Icon, where you saw it going. I know you talked about South Korea in general and all that. Is there anything specifically you like about Icon, or where you see it going in terms of, even the reasons? Yeah.
There are many reasons actually that I like Icon, but I was just about to message you guys and let you know my time's running out. It's 8:30 my time, and I kind of need to go meet up with a friend. So I apologize. Maybe you can have me back again at another time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely,
Sorry
yeah.
about all the mic issues, and glad I finally got it.
Thanks for joining us.
It's all
We
good.
appreciate
Yeah, absolutely.
It was really a blast hanging out with you guys, and I'd love to do it again.
Yeah,
For sure.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
have fun with your friend.
Thank you.
We'll
I'll
catch you.
see you guys next
Yep.
time.
All right.
Don't forget those shots.
Oh,
No,
beer.
we won't,
Yeah.
we won't.
Woo.
All right. See you.
Have fun.
All right.
Oh, we definitely
Who just
should.
got dumped? I'm joking. Anyways, so I'll tell you where I see it going, to the fucking moon, Johnny Mags. Okay.
I know. Well, I wanted to hear what she said because she actually had a good video on Icon. I mean,
Really good video.
Well,
Like this
yeah.
was the first time when I understood really why Icon is so great. Because like
yes,
I was like I was like reading those like snippets of information. Like it's a platform, this and this. Like it's a Korean Ethereum, but like her video like really honestly was explained. The Icon in a way that I understood, even though I'm not really like a IT guy and tech guy. It was digestible for me and like easy to understand. So I definitely recommend people check it out.
Yeah, definitely. We'll post a link for her Icon video as well. It was really good.
That was really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
So.
By the way, we had a
questions.
Question, yeah. We had a question. From Stephen Murphy. Is it better to hodl or move funds into and out of the tether when BTC is in major correction? Any suggestions?
Both.
It depends on your risk tolerance. It depends on if you're willing, what your entry was, what you're, but I don't like to see profits get far away when the trend ends. Pay yourself, keep some in, protect yourself, protect your capital. That's very important, especially your initial starting capital. You don't want to dip below that. And if you see a crazy bear trend coming, you want to obviously protect yourself. So, I do a lot of that. Jump in a tether if Bitcoin's breaking a key support, and I don't want to see it go down $2,000 per coin, I'll jump out, something like that. So, or another way to do it would be to send some over to BitMEX and short it while you're longing, while you're holding it to hedge. If it goes down, you're protected a little bit. That's a little bit more of an advanced technique. You'd have to look into it, but no, there's nothing wrong with jumping in and out of cash or tether to protect yourself. I mean, that's what a ton of people do.
But basically, you wouldn't go 100% either or. You would like
stay in the market, right? Like another way to do it is if you're a good trader and you're confident in your trading abilities, when you see Bitcoin breaking support and you're going to take a big US dollar hit, obviously time that short and throw that short on, and then take your profits when it's starting to bounce, or find your levels, your entries and your exits, and plan it and stick to your stops and you can short it to protect yourself at the same time from your US dollar balance going down, and then reward yourself in more Bitcoin. And then when it bounces, it's like double profits, because that Bitcoin that you just won, when it finally bounces, is going to be worth more than when you claimed your profits on the short. So it's, stuff like that. You can get very creative in this market with how to protect your capital or protect profits. And that's one way to do it. Obviously going into tether is another way to do it, as you said before, but they're all viable strategies, but you need to do your research and learn how to execute on those so that you can protect yourself and do it right. So,
right. So there's no one perfect strategy to approach.
Yeah, just don't fall in love with BitMEX.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's very very good advice.
Anything you'd like to add to that, Bart?
BitMEX is amazing. Try it. Don't blame it on me if you lose all your funds. But yeah, it's addictive. It's addictive and it's deadly. I mean the longest long ever. Like I think I've entered my long on. Let me just check.
But-
21st. I've entered my long on 21st of March, so 5 days ago. Still in, still hanging.
You entered your long.
Yeah, at 9K.
Yeah, but those contracts only last 7 days, don't they?
No, as long as I pay the fees, it's like.
No, I think BitMEX contracts only last 7 days.
So
Well-
Bart still thinks his long is open, but really it's not.
No. It's open, but like in that case, I have 3 more days to either close it or get liquidated. Like
No, they just close your position for you.
Who was there was something someone was messing around on BitMEX or something like that. We saw a screenshot. Someone I think it was verified lost 130 Bitcoin.
I didn't see the proof, man. I don't believe those stories unless I see the hard proof. 130
Someone said that
on BitMEX.
Yeah.
I didn't see the actual like blockchain that actually, to verify it. Someone else said that they had looked it up or whatever. I'd have to go look in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, like someone claimed that it's verified, but then again, they didn't provide the proof. I mean, if you have 130 Bitcoin, you don't put it in all in like 10x long.
It was a 25.
130 Bitcoin.
Or 20, yeah, or 20.
25.
Man,
Someone's a gambler.
Until I see the proof, I don't believe it. It's people.
Well, no, there's BitMEX liquidation engines on Twitter, like pages.
I know
who's being liquidated.
But I didn't see the order that it was like 130 Bitcoin, like that it was liquidated. Did you? Like I don't think people who have 130 Bitcoins or go to the point where 130 Bitcoins are stupid enough to like put it on.
Why would you send that to BitMEX? Like,
ouch.
Why would you send 130 Bitcoins to BitMEX?
Why wouldn't you send 1 Bitcoin to me? Why would
probably have 30,000 Bitcoins if you're doing that? Like something crazy, you don't give a shit. Like, hey, watch this. You want to see me get liquidated?
Yeah.
Cheap PR, man.
World record, fastest loss of cash ever.
Yep.
If somebody held a gun to your head and said you have 1 year to turn 1 Bitcoin into 100 using BitMEX, do you think you could do it?
I mean, I try.
Chance.
That's like 0.3 Bitcoin-ish, 0.2 Bitcoin-ish a day.
I think I could do it. I could do it. Well, I know my track record doesn't prove it, but I believe now with the experience that came from all the losses, I could do it. Like honestly, I think I could do it.
The tough part about that is your liquidity in and out of positions. Because you have to do lower leverage.
Yeah.
You're not going to do 80 Bitcoin, 10x leverage, 800,000 contracts, and expect to get in and out on a $200 bounce.
Man, I was doing on my quick flip account on BitMEX. I was doing the $10 like swings.
$10 specials.
Yeah, man, and it was working so fine. It was working so well that I got so like into it. I just went all in with my start. That was the mistake. That was the main mistake.
Did you break out in a BitMEX rash?
Who, me? No, man. Now I'm underwater. My bank is chasing me. They're saying like there's no influx of money, and I promise there's gonna be influx of money. I'm like, man, I got liquidated. What can I do?
Yeah, just call customer service and be like, hey, if you guys BitMEX, man, like, come on.
BitMEX, just give me $500. Just give me $500.
Loan me $500. Hey, I'm gonna. Oh God, I don't even want to go there. I'm gonna meet you. Okay.
Why? Is this something I said?
No, we need to meet. No.
You're gonna meet me or mute me?
No, I had to meet you so I could get you to trade for me.
Oh, yeah, but the problem is that I met you like 8 years ago, bro. He had long hair.
I can't just see you
He had long hair, and he used to wear pink shirts, like pink feminist shirts to class.
He would.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Here we go.
He wore shirts that said triggered. He said he wore shirts that said triggered to class.
Pink shirts that said triggered?
Triggered.
Menemist.
Said, are you even triggered, bro?
Are you even triggered, bro?
We should do that. We should make
Did your calls even trigger, bro?
triggered and Tron t-shirts. Like the two things you cared about in life are being triggered and buying Tron.
I do like buying Tron.
Oh my god, how about XVG, dude? And their tweet.
The news. You know what? One of the biggest things I've learned, and especially in all of this, is reading between the tea leaves. You see what like a group says and what in any coin and what they promise and what they're going to deliver on. And one coin that fucking always falls short, always. And you keep saying, "Oh, we're going to change the crypto space." How? Don't ask us that. We won't tell. Just trust us. And you get all these like fanboys going, "Hey, it's the next Bitcoin. Don't ask why. You know, if I'm going to invest in something, do you even really know what you're investing in ever?" Blah blah. You know, and I'm you do. They don't. There's nothing to invest in with XVG ever. Wraith Protocol, that was going to change the whole crypto space, right? Crypto's still the same.
But is it actually out? I mean, I know it was out on on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I think it was out on limited edition DVD.
Yeah, exactly. But is it? Did they
it's not even really out?
Did they get out of the beta phase, or is it still in the same phase that it was released 3 months ago?
No, they released it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, but it was very limited and was like it had some.
And it wasn't what they said it would be. And now they're like, hey, we need all of you guys to buy 65 million XVG.
Oh my god!
And if you do that
and donate it,
we will have this.
Then we'll be good.
We will have this partnership that will change everything.
No, we will announce the name of the potential partnership. They said.
The potential partnership.
It's the potential.
Oh my fuck!
It was the same way. It was the same. Remember, I think it was January, but beginning of February, when PAC on their Telegram they said they're gonna be on 28 exchanges. And then there's like an extra note. It was like they applied to 28 exchanges, but like none of them were confirmed. Like none of them even came back to them. They just applied to 28 exchanges. But it was like the main news was like we're gonna be on 28 exchanges, and everyone was like, "Holy shit, man!" Back on fucking Binance and like KuCoin and like whatnot, and they just applied for it, and they never got like accepted to any of them.
Or Justin Sun from Tron tweeting about an announcement. Announcing that he was going to have an announcement.
Yeah, exactly.
they know how to play to the fanboyism, and these fucking nerds just come out and like, oh yeah, FOMO, you know, and the coin goes up, and I guarantee you, Justin Sun and Justin from Verge, they're buying their own shit first, and they're
of course
they are buying the fuck down.
Justin Sun, they said he fucking sold billions of dollars worth of Tron.
Yeah, and then he comes out and he goes, "Hey, I have an announcement that I'm going to make an announcement." The coin goes up.
That guy's a fucking wreck.
He wrecks his followers. I guarantee you. And he's like, man, why go into business and anything else anymore?
I think he's like, watch this, bro, to his friends.
He's like, bro, like sitting with his friends, like, watch this. I'm gonna say nothing of value, and the price will gonna go up by 5 to 10%. Like, I'm gonna make an announcement about the announcement, and boom.
He tells everyone to buy the fuck down first, and then he goes, "Now watch this."
That's the state of the crypto market. I mean, and then you have Ian Bellina selling his ICX for ETH at the bottom, and then ICX spikes and ETH keeps going down. Oh. He sold it for like 530 ETH. He could have sold it for, I don't know, 700 ETH or something like that now? 800 ETH?
Why did he do it?
That just shows you, well, because he did it because basically what was said was that the ICX crew asked him to no longer be associated with the project.
Right.
And then they come out afterwards and ICX people say, no, that's not true. But it just goes to show you that he got into some ICOs early, shilled the shit out of them on YouTube, caught a bunch of followers. And then he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He sold the dip.
No, he doesn't at all. Actually,
we bought his bags, bro.
Good. Like, he's our hero, man. We should be happy.
I watched the thing on him when he was talking about how he buys coins. He said something along the lines of, he's like, I don't even see what the product is. I don't even look at the charts. I don't even like look at. He's like, it's just the team members. As long as I see certain team members, he's like, I just buy it and I buy the fuck down on it. And I'm like,
That's an interesting philosophy.
like you just said, I don't even know what I'm buying into, but I see these people that I like and I'm buying that because of that. That's how you get stuck. That's how you buy into Tron, because you're like, hey, I like Justin Sun, and then Justin Sun like fucking dumps all over you.
You'll be surprised how many people will buy Tron because like they like a CEO or they like someone who's shilling the coin.
It gives them a I don't know. It gives them a better feeling they have somebody to follow.
Yeah, it is, and it's
a decentralized space. You need to be careful with that.
No,
and it's absolutely not the natural human, like behavior, because people like following the leader. People like trusting someone, and that's what all the shields, the real shield with real big money, capitalize on. Like that's what Noah said last week. What I totally agree with it. Number wise, most people in crypto are millennials who are like students or like people who just finished university and they're trying to make money to pay off their debt, student debt, whatever. And they are getting dumped on by people who are smarter and with no morals, and they're abusing their them being naive and trying to make quick buck. That's how I say it.
I saw this video on it was on a parody account and saying it was comparing something to the Hodler crew. And it was this video about the endowment effect, about how when you buy into something, you personally feel invested in it. And and the point was, people went out and they were going around New York City to little stands where they sell lottery tickets. And as soon as someone bought a lottery ticket, this lady would walk up and say, "Can I buy your lottery ticket from you for double the price?" And people would say no. And like the vast majority were like, no. And she's like, how about 5 times the price? Like how much, how much was your lottery ticket? It was $10. I'll give you $50. No, they don't want to do it. Look at the Verge people. They bought into it so much that now they feel a part of it. It's like turned into this cult that they feel a part of.
It's a cult, and it's a commitment bias as well.
I'm going to get bashed for what I'm saying right now because they're so bought into it that it's like, if you can't read between the tea leaves and how many failed promises and how much they've never really delivered on what they said, and how every single step of the way they're going to change the crypto space, and crypto's still the fucking same, and they're still so into it. I'm like,
it's like, yes, sir. May I have another?
No, but it's like I said, it's a commitment bias. It's like for example, when you start watching a movie, and you really you have this feeling that you don't enjoy the movie, but you already start watching it, and you're like, well, since I watched already 40 minutes, I might as well finish it. But really, you don't enjoy the movie, and you should stop it. But that's commitment bias. Or you start reading the book, or if you're in a relationship that that is not that great, but you've already you spend money on it, you spend time, you spend energy, everything, and you're like, well, since I've already
you're invested in it, you're not
exactly
invested in its future.
Exactly. Since I invested so much in it, I should. Your brain tells you if you invested so much, there must be a good reason why you invest so much. So
Cognitive bias.
Yeah, exactly. It's a confirmation bias. Yeah.
Confirmation bias. Alcohol.
So that's also what they capitalize on, and it's scary. But at the same time, like I said, I think today in chat, crypto is such a wild west, and I love it. It's
yeah,
it's brutal. It's deadly to many people. It's deadly to me, but
it is. But I mean, and even like fundamentally, it's just like it's almost like you do almost have to start to read through the tea leaves and kind of go, I hear the words that you're throwing out there, but I hear what it really means and what the long term outlook really looks like.
Right.
And that's where I start to really love it, because then I started looking at it. I mean, I bought into Verge. I was into Verge, and I was like, hey, this is sweet. This is probably the next Bitcoin.
Me too. I was like, I think at some point I had 25% of my portfolio was in Verge.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then I lucky on time I found Noah, and it was I think I got out of verge at, I think, around break even. I was like, I asked him like, man, what should I do? Should I wait for like, like double the profit? Like, man, like if you are at break even, like get out right now, like right now.
Right.
And yeah, it saved me.
Was it good advice?
It was decent. It was like I would give it like 2 out of 10, but yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, Bart's a masochist. He likes losing money. He likes
I
hurt
love it,
himself.
man. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Giving it to the people.
Bart was like, I need time away from BitMEX. 24 hours later, guys, I just put in a long right now.
No, listen. When I said I need time of BitMEX, I took time of BitMEX for like I think 2 days, and after I came back, I was doing so good. I was doing so good, man. Like you won't believe. And then it just snapped, and like I went all in, and I'm still there. My long is wait. Let's check the price of the Bitcoin.
We should create a bot that tweets to an account to let us know every time that Bart logs into BitMEX. And then when he logs out,
I'm not exaggerating. Like when I turn on my computer, my laptop, the first 3 websites I go into is like your Discord, your private group, Pornhub, and BitMEX. 3 main websites. Like I generally.
Oh my god!
I don't even log into Binance anymore like that often. Like maybe once a day, I check the prices, maybe set up some order, but BitMEX is on. BitMEX is on all the time.
BitMEX. Oh, Atlanta. What else you guys got? Anything you want to share with the world? Anything you want to talk to anybody about?
I think I'm good for this week.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for my long to get liquidated or close.
Buy Litecoin. Buy Litecoin.
Buy Litecoin?
FOMO?
Always.
I still have a lot of Litecoin from when it was. I bought it at 138, and I've just been sitting with it. There's a few times where
lose everything.
No, I'm not Bart.
No.
I'll be good.
When I saw John's message today, when he said he's still sitting on his Litecoin when he bought it at 138, I thought to myself, man, last time I bought Litecoin was like 212, but then I realized that I spent this Litecoin in BitMEX, so like I don't have a problem anymore. I'm not even sitting on those bags anymore because they're gone. Those bags are gone.
Dude, your new name's gonna be BartMEX.
I might change it.
Oh, that's clever. I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All I need is like 100 of Bitcoin sent to my BitMEX account, and I'll change my name permanently.
So, everybody have a good week?
Yeah, a pretty good week.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Busy.
Yeah.
What time you got to go to work tomorrow, Bishop?
I'll probably roll in 8:30.
What time do you leave?
8:20.
PM?
Yeah, PM.
I meant, what time do you leave work, you dumbass?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant.
Oh, I'm cocky.
No, what time in the morning when I left for work? I thought is what you're asking. It's like less than a 10-minute drive. Probably 4:35. I don't know. Depends on if I'm busy or not.
What time do you spread your palm all over your boss's face? I'm not gonna do that.
Oh,
I mean, probably. I don't know. I really like my boss. Maybe the one above that. Maybe another year and a half or so.
Yes.
Oh, John, give us an update on your cubicle neighbor.
Yeah. Any more farts?
No. Well, I don't know about the fart. I mean, that's been like kind of few and far between. The birds, yeah.
Few and fart between.
Few and far between. Yes. No, you know how it is. I mean, corporate shit. You're stuck with the fucking people around you, and yeah, he does burp all day long, and now it's the point where he burps out, and I think I said a little bit last week. I'm like, fucking gross, sick. and I heard it.
Did you say just like that?
Yes. No, because I'm sitting over typing.
Like right after he did it.
I can smell his fucking gross ass noodles. He's on some kind of weird diet, and he's like, and I'm like, dude, it's fucking gross. And he heard me say some stuff, and he like laughed to himself and goes, and I was like, oh my god, talk about triggered. I was fucking, and in that moment, I'm like, the next words that come out of my mouth are gonna get me fired. But
just tell him to buy Tron, bro.
Is he a fat slob? I feel like he's a fat slob.
Oh, dude, he's fat slob. His shirt's always untucked, and like they're like long. They're like almost down to his knees, long. These like polos, you know, but they're like really big.
You got to ask him how he let himself get so big. Like that's.
And he talks about his diet all the time. He's really not that. He's just really disproportionate.
Man, but Noah's advice, I really like Noah's advice.
You know the movie Powder? He looks like a fat powder. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, Powder. Well, I don't know. They're young. Bart's like 20 years old, and Bishop's like 20, or he's 17.
I am like 17.
Bishop, how old are you?
26.
Fuck, I'm
26.
old.
Wait,
yeah, guys.
old?
So we were in the same class in college together, and he's 26 and I'm 30. Tells you a lot about me.
I'm the OG.
There's a perk to having the kids young, man.
I'm the OG as in old grandpa.
Putting my ass in gear a little earlier than normal.
So you think that I should buy some children to put my ass in gear?
No, your ass is in gear. Don't get me wrong.
Can you buy children on the blockchain?
You can buy children on the blockchain. Go to Toledo.
Oh my god, yeah, dude, kid coin.
We are getting there. Let's go.
Yeah, we're getting there, guys.
Adopting children on the blockchain. They get RFID stuck to them, and you get to see them along the entire supply chain.
I think this is where we cheers and start to conclude it.
Conclude.
Is it the time when we take shots?
I'm tired, man. It's been a tough week, man.
Everybody got a full beer? We got to chug them.
I'm done.
I got a full one in here.
It's not as full, but
I'm not sure what you're showing, Bishop, but I like it.
I mean, I got plenty of these things I could chug. I wish you guys were here.
Dude, you won't chug one right now. I swear to God, I'll give you free membership to the private group next month if you chug one.
Who?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's chug.
No.
It's free access every month.
Oh, for everyone?
No. Fuck no. I got bills.
I'm doing this for you guys.
Everybody's got a bunch of money this
What kind of bills
He's going. He's going.
What kind of bills are you gonna pay with your Neo now?
My car insurance for 6 months.
Matrix bills.
Neo sugar babies.
Fuck me. Yeah, but I don't care because I'm just gonna hold it, man.
How much is it? 64. Jesus, I bought Neo at 90. I'm still holding the bag of Neo that I bought at 90. Yeah, guys, don't trade without Noah if you don't know what you're doing, because you end up holding. Well, at least it's a bag of Neo, not a bag.
But I didn't care with this Neo because
yeah, I know.
I didn't trade it. It was just sent to me, so I'm just gonna hold it and stake gas and sell it in a year or so.
Yeah, and I'm not like too worried about sitting on the bag of Neo because it's Neo, but still, it would be nicer to buy it at 65, not 90. But well.
Yeah.
At least,
well, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
What's up?
No, nothing. I was gonna make a little off-topic thing, but yeah, let's cheers it.
Let's cheers. I'm tired. I need to go to bed.
Yep.
One love.
All right. One love.
One love.
See you in hell.
See
Bush
you in
light.
hell.
Bye.